Hello guys, welcome back to Sincerely AAC. This channel is dedicated to vlogging, get ready with me, soft and cozy faith conversation, growth mindset, and so much more. This part of my channel is called Soft and Rooted Talks. It is a space where we are learning to grow in faith, where we are learning to slow down, and where we are learning to stay rooted in Christ. If this is your first time coming to my channel, hello, welcome to my channel. And if this is the second time or the third time or whenever you're returning back to my channel, hello, welcome back to my channel. I do apologize, guys. I've been off for about a month now. It comes so quick. It's been a month already. I do apologize for being off for this long. I do find myself that I'm busy and doing so many things and I forget to attend and to care for my online platforms. I'm so sorry, guys. But honestly, I'm back. Forgive me for it. And I will, like I say to myself, be consistent with my online channels. In today's topic, we're just going to talk about rest that is not laziness and learning to slow down as well. In today's society, we're so used to hustle culture. That is hustling in our business, hustling in our university, hustling in our assignment, chasing the bag, and doing so much more. And that somewhat goes against our identity as Christians because it goes against some of the biblical principles in the Bible, and not all, just some of them. Because what we do is we tend to put the hustle and the work as our identity, and we put these kind of performances in place of what God would want us to do. And this leads to burnout. It leads to idolatry as well because we put our worth in external factors and it's almost like we are seeking validation elsewhere. But the book of Jeremiah tells us, I think it's Jeremiah 29:11, speaks about how God knows the plan that he has for us, and the plans and the thoughts that he has towards us is to prosper us, to give us a future, to give us a hope, and then not to harm us. And the Bible also talks about diligent work, so working as you're working onto God and not to mere humans' approval. And that's in Colossians 3:23, I believe. And I'll just put up the scriptures as well, just in case. So yes, we can work. Yes, we can hustle. But when we put these things in place of God, it tends to go towards worship. It tends to go towards idolatry. And even the most important things is that we forget to rest. Rest is so crucial, guys. Rest is so crucial for our mind. It's crucial for our spirit. Rest is it goes beyond sleep. It goes beyond sleep. I myself also struggle with this. Growing up in an African household, our parents, obviously coming from overseas, are so used to doing things, are so used to up early, do this, do that, and I did find myself, and even till this day, gone used to performance-based work. And coming to Christ, I did really struggle and still is, and overcoming it, to slow down and to know that rest is crucial for my body, it's crucial for my mind as well. And even now, like I said, I'm learning to slow down and I'm learning to just, indulge in the presence of God, because what I think is rest, my brain identify it as laziness, identifying it as you're not doing anything, you're failing, you're just lying down, you're just roaming around in the house, But I've shifted my mindset into how God calls us to rest. And all of us as Christian, it is the foundation to renew, to restore our spirit man, and also our soul. In Him, it is also where we learn to trust Him and when we learn to have an intimate relationship with Christ. Sounds weird, but it's where we come into His presence and we get to know Him as a partner, as a friend, and as a father as well. And then in that way, He's able to then, as we trust Him, He's able then to provide for us. His provision is able to come upon our life in so many ways that we can imagine. So rest is not about stopping what you're doing. It's not just about sleeping, right? But it is more of settling in the presence of God. It is recharging our spirit, and it is focusing on Christ and what He has done for us as Christians, what He has done for our life, and also just him lifting the burden that we also came with into his presence as well. In the book of Matthew, and I'm trying to remember, it's 11:28-30, I believe, and it talks about, come to me those that are weary, and I'll just put the scriptures up or anywhere. And Jesus and God calls us to come into his presence with all that burden, with all that weariness, with all that tiredness, and that he's able to give us rest. Rest is also a form of worship unto God, and knowing and trusting in him that he provides for us. He provides for our needs. He also provides for the things that happens, the storm around us, that he's able to calm that storm in our life as well. So what happens when we find that rest in God? How does God provide that rest for us, and what does it do to us? So what happens when we rest in God's presence? When we rest in God's presence, we receive his divine powers. We stop striving and running around and doing things that is our own will. God is able to strengthen us in all areas, in all way, and he's also able to renew our spirit, our mind, and our body as well. And we find security in chaos. The things and the storm that's happening around us, we find that peace that God has given us, a peace that surpasses human understanding. And our mind is just refreshed. And we're able to do so much more as well when we come into his presence and when we come and rest as well. So what does that look like? Like, how do we rest in God's presence? What is God calling us to do? A lot of the time, God is calling us to surrender the things that we are doing, the hustle, the running around, whatever so it may be. He's calling us to surrender to him. He's also calling us to be still, to have quiet time with him, to pray as well, and to meditate on his word. And stillness is not rather stopping what you're doing, but stillness is more of just calming your mind, calming yourself from all that striving in your life. And yes, you're allowed to have thoughts. Yes, you're allowed to have all these things around you, but stillness, and this is in this perspective of your mind, goddamn, those words. It's more of knowing that it's there, knowing that the thoughts are there in your life, but choosing not to dwell on them, choosing not to dwell on things, and choosing to fix your eyes on Christ and fix your eyes on what God has for you, and fixing your eyes on the word and the scriptures of God as well. And also just coming from a place of gratitude. God is calling us to be grateful as well, to know that he is behind everything that we do, that he is the one that gives us the capacity and the ability to produce wealth, to think smartly, to go to uni, to wake up every single day, and to just strive in life to achieve success, to achieve wealth as well. He is, and to know that he is the one that orchestrates things. God is calling us to be grateful, because there are doors that gratitude can also open in our life. And guys, I am definitely learning to slow down, and I hope that you're in that journey as well. And once you start to be still, there are also doors that will be open to you, and God will begin to speak to you and to each of one of us that are learning in so many ways that we cannot imagine. And he's able to also give us, or give me or you, the blueprint of your life and the things and the answers that you're also seeking for as well. So I thank you for tuning in, and I hope you're blessed by the message. I also ask that you share it around to someone that needs to see it, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Soft and Rooted Talks. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. See ya.